We're going to conduct a little experiment here today, and I'll bet you if you play a tube type amplifier, play your guitar through it or a bass or whatever, if you use one, I bet you're killing it. Stay tuned to find out how. Y'all remember that Fender twin reverb amp that I put the fan in just a few days ago? Well, I don't know when you'll see the videos. It might be a week ago, the way they come at you. I don't know. Anyways, you remember the fan that I put in that Fender twin amp. Wow. I always, like I said before, I always set a little fan back there, just let it blow into the back of the amp, and I never really checked anything. I know when I go to turn the amp off or on standby, the switches would be so hot you couldn't hardly touch them. And that was with the fan blowing in there the whole time. The switches get really hot. And that whole chassis across the back there, I wouldn't even touch it. It was so hot I didn't even try to touch it. And like I say, that was with the fan running in there. Okay, the video y'all saw where I put the fan inside the amp and pointed it up, the fan that I made years ago, we used on our PA head, made all of the difference in the world, man. So if you got a fan blowing in just in the back of your tube amp, it ain't enough, man. Probably not enough, especially if you crank on that amp very much. Now I'm going to get the camera. I got this little jewel here that measures temperature. I got it set on, it's on Celsius again. I want it set on degrees. And I'm going to get you first. I haven't even turned the amp on, nothing, man. Everything's turned off. I'm going to show you the temperature of it right now. We'll take temperature readings in specific places. And then I'm going to turn the amp on, crank it up, and play through it with the fan for about 10 minutes or so, and we'll check it all again. And that'll be the reading you want to remember. And then I'm going to turn the fan off, play it another 10 minutes or so, same volume, same setup, everything's the same. The only thing's going to be different is the fan's going to be turned off. And then we'll take more readings. You're going to be shocked, man. I think you are going to be shocked. I know it shocked me. I haven't even done it with this yet. I just done it by feel. Now, with the fan in there and have it running, when I switch it on standby or off, those switches are cool. They're not hot at all. Nothing. Nowhere near like they were before I put the fan in there. So, let me get you over here right now. We'll take a look at the conditions of the amp, the temperature of it, with no power even turned on to it. And then we'll get started. Hold on. Hold on. Like I say, I haven't even turned the fan on yet, and I'm just going to read. Let me get down here where I can see, and where you can see. 72 degrees. Read it over toward the middle. 72. Come around the front here, and let's see, we'll read it right there. 72 degrees. I think you can see that. Read it right in the center. 72. 72. Let me measure the top of it even. Just measuring the, let's measure right in the middle. 73. 73. Alright. Hold on, I'm going to put you down, and I'm going to turn the amp on, standby. So those measurements really don't tell us anything other than basically what the room temperature is and everything in it. So 72, 73 degrees. That's the fan you hear running right now. Yeah, it's a little bit noisy. When you get to play in the amp, you don't hear that. And I'm going to fix that variable speed thing too. I think it'd be nice to have. Anyways, I'm going to set up here. I'll use my phone, a timer on my phone. And I'll point the camera down at the amp and the timer, and I'm just going to jam for 10 minutes with it kind of loud. Not, I don't want to stress the amp out too bad, but I'm not going to make you sit through the whole 10 minutes because my playing's kind of crappy anyway. I'm not back into it yet like I'm going to get. But anyways, I'll point the camera down here at the phone, and it'll probably go into screen saving mode. Anyways, I'm going to play the amp for 10 minutes. And I'll edit that out so you don't have to sit for the whole 10 minutes. We'll come back and check the readings again. So let's get on with it, man. Let's do it. Phone's laying on top of the amplifier. And I'm on standby right now. I'm going to switch the amp on right now. Out of standby. On to play mode. Volume is set on 2. and I'm going to hit it with some gain and start the clock. I'm going to play for 10 minutes. There you have it, folks. I played the whole 10 minutes. I never stopped. Let me get you now, bring you over here, and we'll take some readings again. Alright, we're on standby now. 111 degrees with the fan running. $97. It's cooling off pretty fast. 81. Let's look up here. Checked it right in the center, if you remember. 76. 75. 78. Okay? That's with the fan running, folks. Now, all I'm going to do is just reach in here and unhook this fan. And there you heard the fan shut off. Okay, now let me set the camera back up. We're going to do this same thing, and we'll play through it 10 more minutes. Same volume, same gain, same guitar, same everything. Hold on. Get him. Look at him. Get him. Woo! The boogie. Awesome never sleeps, folks. Welcome to it. Alright, folks, I'm set up the same way here. The only difference now is the fan is turned off. Jam for 10 minutes. Now let's take some readings and see what we got now. Hold on. Alright, this time you're going to see a difference. If I can get in there to it. 192 degrees. Check that out. Let's read over in the center. 93 degrees. Try that again. 90. 88. The amp's cooling off as we speak, but it's hot right here where these tubes are. 213. Look at that. Where these really big tubes are. 131. 183. 221. Let's check the front. Looks like we did a while ago. I'll check it. I'm trying to hold this where you can see everything. 79. 80. 76. 85. This side of the amp seems to be hotter than the other side is. 88. Yeah. But you can see a big difference, man. The front's not showing it so bad. But boy, back there it does. What's on the top here? 80 degrees. I forgot what we got before. 85. 78. Well, back here is where it makes the difference. Check that out. See, it's cooling off. That playing it with that fan off though, man. 170. 103. The switch was 154. Let's see what these other switches are. If I can get on them. 116. 105. So you can see the difference that fan made when it runs, and I'm going to plug it back up before I play any more. So you can see from that, it was only 10 minutes of play time, and you saw how much the temps went up. Not so much on the front of the amp, but just like I knew it wouldn't on the front so bad. But back here on the back and inside of the chassis area where all the heat builds, and if you don't have some way to shove that out of there, pump some cooler air in there, keep it flowing, you're burning your amps up, guys. I'm telling you, you'll get by a long time. I used to do it, played shows after shows after shows. I always used tube amps, usually Marshall. I had several Ampeg amps I liked pretty well, but usually it was Marshall amps, stacks, and I never put a fan in them, and I had to replace tubes a time or two. But you should stick something in your amp, inside of the amp, a tiny little computer fan. You know what I'm talking about, those little square black ones? Even that would be better than nothing at all. Mount it on the side or down in the bottom, let it blow straight up, just to circulate the air inside of there. Like I say, that was only 10 minutes. If I crank that, I had that volume on 2, by the way, and that's very loud for this amp here. My God, man, read about the power these amps have. I read an article just the other day on these amps. Said they were too powerful. They didn't sound good unless you cranked them really loud, and that's when they started really starting to sound good. But then they just drowned everybody else out. They was too loud. Well, that's where pedals come in. I like it. I like this amp better than any Marshall that I've ever had. I never thought I'd ever say that when I was into Marshall amps. But anyways, you can see 10 minutes. Now imagine playing a 4-hour gig and really cranking it up even louder than that. Imagine how hot that thing's going to get, man, with no fan in there. So I hope this helps you guys with tube type amps. Put some kind of fan in them, for crying out loud, man. Give your amp some a break and let it run a little bit cooler than it's been running. You'll burn it up. I'm telling you, those old resistors and caps and things in there, when they get old and they heated so many times that hot, they dry out. And they will stop working. And if your transformer goes, then you got big problems, and you're going to run some money there getting it fixed. So anyways, cheers. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps some of you guys out, and ladies with tube type amps. You got to keep your box cool. Cheers. See you next time. Hold on.